All right, so the next one here, Beijing moves drills closer to Taiwan. So this article is from the South China Morning Post. So China has launched some new military drills around Taiwan. Beijing started another series of joint military and Coast Guard drills around Taiwan on Tuesday, with experts saying the exercises, which include the Shandong aircraft carrier, were intended to squeeze Taipei's space to respond in the event of an attack. According to the PLA's Eastern Theater Command, the patrols and exercises included simulated air and land strikes, as well as control of key passages to test the joint combat readiness of its troops. Spokesman Colonel Shi Yi said, quote, "This is a stern warning and a strong deterrent to the separatist forces of Taiwan independence, and is a legitimate and necessary action to defend national sovereignty and safeguard national unity," end quote. So Beijing views Taiwan as part of China to be reunited by force if necessary. Most countries, including the U.S., do not recognize Taiwan as independent, but Washington is opposed to an attempt to take the island by force and is committed to supplying weapons. According to Xi, Army, Navy, Air, and Rocket forces were deployed on the multi-directional naval and aerial maneuvers. He said the drill was focused on combat readiness, seizing comprehensive control, striking maritime and land targets, imposing blockades on key areas and routes, and testing the joint operational capabilities of the theater's forces. So China has been doing these drills occasionally around the whole island of Taiwan. It basically started in August 2022 when Nancy Pelosi decided to take a trip to Taiwan when she was the House Speaker, and China launched its biggest drills around Taiwan, ever basically, and fired missiles over the island for the first time. So since then, we've seen them do these like blockade drills occasionally. And lately, it seems like they're doing it more frequently, and it's a big response to President Lai in Taiwan, a lot of the things he's been saying, and the U.S. It's also a response to the U.S. increasing support for Taiwan. So tensions just continue to rise, and of course, the U.S. is planning for war with China. As I mentioned earlier this week, there was that memo circulated by Hegseth ordering the Pentagon to make it the focus to prepare for war with China, despite the risk of nuclear war. So the tensions, it's an area I really want to kind of pay more attention to, but with everything else going on, it's been hard. But the tensions continue to rise. And these drills come after Hegseth's tour of the region. He was in the Philippines and Japan, and he said some very kind of provocative things toward China, announced a new missile deployment to the Philippines. So could also be a response to that, what we're seeing here.